Hello folks and welcome to Sui Generis Exanima, the combat orientated module. Although there is a slight kind of a roguelike exploration zone with zombies, which I haven't really tried yet. I've been heading into what they call the arena. So this game was originally kickstarted. It's going to be a full-blown RPG with huge open worlds, gameplay and intriguing politics, etc. But that's not what we're here to showcase today. I'm sure I'll be filming that at some point today. All I want to do is give a huge shout out to an incredible combat system, and I mean it really is. It's one of my most favourites, and I mean if you've been in the channel for a while, you know that I absolutely adore the Mountain Blade directional attack. I think the more intuitive a combat system is, and the more in depth it can be, the more skill based it is, the better it is. And this is another example of that. So what you're seeing on screen is me with the long hair and a single sword, which I thought would be the best way to show off the different combat stances there are, and attacking kind of one-on-one duels and seeing how far I can get in the arena, where you're just versus against a series of opponents armed with different weapons. You just see how many you can beat. And for me, the average I think is about 2 or 3. But yes, it's an incredibly fun technology that they developed for their RPG game. I mean, they've taken a long time to develop it. It's completely physics driven. So you will see, as he swings and I swing, the weapons will be trying to be pushed in the way, and they'll actually, you know, messy stuff happens like that, where, you know, he swings, I swing at the same time, we kind of end up punching each other in the face. Awesome stuff. It actually looks really visceral, and really good in the kind of swings. It's really difficult to describe as a system unless you play it. It's really difficult to kind of just see it in action, because here it just looks like I'm kind of randomly swinging. I'll break it down for you. See, it's basically 3 or 4 different kind of attacks you can do. If you press and hold down left mouse button, your guy will do a normal right to left swing. If you keep holding it down, he will then back swing, so you end up doing 2 strikes. If you move your cursor, which is a red circle on the screen, over to the left hand shoulder, you'll initiate with a left to right swing rather than a right to left swing, so that can be useful. And if you drag the cursor around the body when you're attacking, you actually gain more power behind the swing, so that's fun. Your character automatically tries to block, but you obviously need to use your cursor to change the direction of your facing to make sure that block will actually be successful, and me to make sure you're not left clicking a strike. You can stop a strike at any time by left clicking, but it's not like an instant thing. Your character actually needs time to then transition his arm from where you were in the attack to trying to defend against a blow which could be coming from anywhere. That was a really messy win. I think I just cut his man bits off. So it does mean you end up swinging wildly sometimes, but I found quite one of the different tactics you can do is as you saw there, I swing once knowing I'm going to miss, but then as he opens himself up, my second swing is actually already starting. There's a lot of different tactics and a lot of depth to this. You just need to learn the system, but it's weird. You're kind of almost having to just compensate for your character. I mean, he's completely physics driven, so if he's not, if the controls aren't completely instant, his feet need to get to where you want him. So if you press forward, if he's out of balance, he'll then take a shuffle and then press forward. You know, it's hard to describe, but you need to compensate for that, and it's not an annoyance. It's actually a lot of fun, and it means you can, if you read the movements, it's so satisfying when you win by reading the movements right. I mean, you do get messy things like that happening, but it's so, when you have a fight where you've not lost any health, you've done 2 successful hits. I mean, here I've not lost any health yet. It looked quite messy, but it was very successful. I managed to get a nice cut to the throat, which would have taken a large proportion of his health off. And I'm just kind of not letting him get any ground by just keeping him on defensive here. The AI, for the most part, seems extremely good. Very strong. It's extremely challenging. It's one of the most difficult games I've ever played in my whole history of playing games. It's also extremely fun. I mean, I'm just doing 1 versus 1 here, and yet I'm having more fun than if I was sitting in Call of Duty and slaughtering hundreds. It's just a really nice system, and I can't recommend it enough. You can head over to the website. You better get in there quickly if you want to get your hands on this, because after this release, they're shortly going to be changing over to a normal sales pitch, because before you could basically become a backer and gain access to this beta. But I'll be linking it in the description if you're interested. What I want to see is this engine, this exact engine, in some sort of multiplayer format, either co-op and or PvP, because I think this just dueling this guy here, I wished it was my friend. I wished it was a player. I'm not sure if Sui Generis are actually going to be able to do multiplayer. I need to double check that, but it's definitely something I want to see with this combat system and this technology at some point. In any case, go and have a look at their website. I'll probably make a video when there's more to show in terms of the actual kind of campaign and storyline. Probably make another video when it comes to kind of trying to escape the zombie level if they have the kind of the dungeons, which are the other part to their beta at the moment. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this combat video. There's a bunch more footage, another kind of 20 minutes of combat. Feel free to stay or leave as much as you want, but it's basically me going through and trying to get to see if I can get to the end. And I make several attempts, and I do. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how far I get. In any case, thank you very much, and I shall see you again next time.